25 and sleeping 9 hours, you might actually be oversleeping. If you're 15 and sleeping 7 hours, your brain is slowly breaking down. And most people have no idea they're sleeping the wrong amount for their age. Here's the twist. Your brain doesn't need the same amount of sleep your entire life. It changes dramatically as you age. And sleeping too much or too little for your age can mess with your health, mood, and energy. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much sleep you actually need based on your age and why that number keeps changing. This isn't guesswork. Sleep researchers have studied thousands of people across every age group to figure out the optimal sleep duration for brain health, and what they found might surprise you. Let's start at the beginning. Newborns from birth to 3 months need 14 to 17 hours of sleep per day. That's more than half their life spent sleeping. Why? Because their brains are exploding with growth. Imagine a brain building an entire city from scratch. That's what's happening. Neural connections are forming at lightning speed. Every sight, sound, and touch creates new pathways. Sleep is when the brain organizes all that chaos. Infants, 4 to 11 months, still need 12 to 15 hours. Their brains are still building. They're learning object permanence, language, and motor skills. All of that gets processed and solidified during sleep. Cut that short and development slows down. Toddlers 1 to 2 years need 11 to 14 hours. This includes naps. Their brains are now learning social skills, emotions, and how the world works. Picture a toddler running around all day absorbing everything. Sleep is when the brain files all that information away. Preschoolers 3 to 5 years need 10 to 13 hours. Still a lot, but starting to drop. Why? Because their brains are becoming more efficient. They're not building as many new connections. They're strengthening the ones they have. Sleep becomes less about growth and more about maintenance. School-age children, 6 to 13 years, need 9 to 11 hours. This is where it gets interesting. Their circadian rhythm is still naturally early. They get tired around 8 or 9 p.m. and wake up naturally around 6 or 7 a.m. But school starts at 7 a.m. and activities pile up. And most kids in this age group are already sleep-deprived. Their brains are working hard, learning math, reading, critical thinking. Sleep is when all that learning gets locked in. Skimp on sleep here, and grades drop, focus disappears. Then comes the teenage years, 14 to 17. Teenagers need 8 to 10 hours. But here's the problem. Their circadian rhythm shifts. Biologically, they're programmed to stay up later and wake up later. A teenager's brain doesn't start producing melatonin until around 11 p.m., but school starts at 7 a.m., so they're fighting their own biology every single day. This is why teenagers are always tired. It's not laziness. Their sleep schedule is literally out of sync with their biology. Young adults, 18 to 25, need 7 to 9 hours. The brain is still developing, especially the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making and impulse control. Sleep helps finish that development. But this is also the age where people sacrifice sleep for work, socializing, and stress. Late nights become the norm, and the brain pays the price. Adults 26 to 64 need 7 to 9 hours. This stays consistent for decades. Why? Because your brain has finished developing. Now it's about maintenance. Sleep clears out waste, consolidates memories, and keeps your immune system strong. But this is also when life gets busy. Careers, kids, responsibilities. Most adults get 6 hours or less, and they wonder why they're exhausted, irritable, and getting sick all the time. Changes. Older adults, 65 and up, need 7 to 8 hours. Notice the range drops slightly. Why? Because deep sleep decreases with age. The brain doesn't cycle through deep sleep stages as efficiently anymore, so older adults naturally sleep lighter and shorter. They might also wake up earlier because their circadian rhythm shifts back to an earlier schedule. This isn't a problem. It's normal. The issue is when they try to force 9 or 10 hours and end up lying awake, frustrated. So why does sleep need change so much? It all comes down to what your brain is doing. In childhood, your brain is building. Massive amounts of REM sleep and deep sleep fuel that construction. In adolescence, your brain is rewiring. Hormones, emotions, and social development all happen during sleep. In adulthood, your brain is maintaining, clearing out toxins, repairing cells, and processing the day. In older age, your brain becomes more efficient but less flexible. It needs less sleep but higher quality. Here's the key takeaway. The number matters, but quality matters more. A teenager getting 7 fragmented hours will feel worse than a 60-year-old getting 7 solid hours. A toddler getting 10 hours of interrupted sleep won't develop as well as one getting 10 uninterrupted sleep. Picture a person at every age, each one needing a different amount of fuel to function. Give a toddler adult sleep, and they fall apart. Give an adult teenage sleep, and they're groggy all day. Your brain knows what it needs. The problem is we keep ignoring it. So check your age, check your sleep, and if the numbers don't match up, now you know why you've been feeling off. Your brain isn't asking for too much. It's asking for exactly what it needs to keep you alive, sharp, and healthy. Sleep the right amount for your age. Your brain will thank you.